But now that we're here, you can see that the page is shown in its editable form. Outlined in magenta in these sections are containers. You can see that around the edge here. And all of the elements that make up your website, like the text and the buttons and the images, they're all organized within these containers. To add a new container, we can just kind of hover here and click the plus icon. And then once we have this new container, we can add elements by dragging in widgets from the left-hand pane. So I can bring in a text heading. That way our new container isn't empty. You can see the new heading within the new container in this structure pane, but I'll close this for now. If you hover over the container again, we can move it around with this drag handle. So I can move it below these images. And to delete a container and all of the elements within, you can just click the X. We can also edit any of the elements that were included with the template. So if we scroll up to the top, just click on any text element and we can edit it right in line. Or anytime you have this element selected, you can find the options to change it in this panel over on the left. This content tab is where we can change things like the title and link and HTML tag for an element like a heading. And then on the style tab, here is where you'll find all the options that you can use to change the styling of the text. And once you get familiar with the settings in the content and the style tab, all of the other elements work in a similar way. So let's close this and click on the button. We can change the type and text and link here on the content tab of the button. And then in the style tab, we can change all of the button styling. And if we scroll down, the same thing works with the images. So if I select this image, I can come over to choose image and then select files to upload, select the file, open it, click select. And then just like the other elements, we can change the style of this picture on the style tab. Now let's scroll back up to the top. In this top bar, you have a few options. Here you can see how your site looks on mobile or on a tablet. I like designing the site while on desktop. You can use the page dropdown to visit your other pages and start making changes to those. And then you can publish any changes with this button here. We can also preview our site with this button. Using Elementor, it's even easy to add new pages, change menu options, make changes to your website header and footer, and add new blocks to your pages using additional free templates. If you're a beginner and want the step-by-step guide on how to make those types of changes, please do check out my Elementor WordPress tutorial linked in the description. The chapter timestamps are labeled, and you can use them to navigate right to the part of the tutorial that you want to watch.